Well, hey there team, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to some more Fort Solis. So I did turn it off and it reloaded me at this poster. So I guess, in a way, that acts as a save point, these collectible posters. I should be thankful. Because I was thinking, oh my god, is it really going to make me slow walk through everything all over again? I certainly hope not.
Door locked.
So where am I anyway? I will just say, I don't think I've been hard on this game, but I also don't want to turn it into a whinge fest. True, I am critical of the shortfallings of games, and I feel like the writing has issues here, but I'm not going to ignore it. But at the same time as well, I can't let it ruin my experience or yours, right? I still want you to want to watch me play through this, and I want to be able to play through it as well. And I think, honestly, if I want to take this all seriously as a career, dare I say, one of two at the moment, I have to reconcile playing games that are bad as well as good to even my palate. I can't just say I will only play good games. Otherwise, at a certain point, you won't have any games left to play, especially, you know, through the generations. You have up years and you have down years, right? We've had some great games as well, and aspects of this are really good, but more importantly, I also need to reconcile if it's something that I don't necessarily like. This game isn't explicitly bad, I just don't like the way that they're doing the banter. And, you know, I constantly go on about how I'm not...
Hello?
Did we... I was going to say...
There is no one here.
Do I have that key card?
Try the medical bay. There's always someone on duty. But what if an injury caused the lockdown? Records say it's Wyatt Taylor.
Oh, okay.
Roger.
Okay. Okay, well, that's developed just in time. Anyway, what I was going to say is I dislike how negative YouTube is and how every clickbait is about this game's shit or this thing. You know, I try hard to be a positive influence. So, you know, sometimes I need to balance myself and check myself that I don't get inside my own head with the criticism. Criticism's all good and well, but take it too far and you're going to have yourself all sorts of problems. Private rooms, private bathroom. We did go in this private bathroom, didn't we? Maybe we didn't. Anyway. But yeah, you know, and that's something I need to reconcile with myself. You know what I mean? If I really want to bear witness to all these games, and I like the idea of trying to get through a game a week, I just have to accept that I'm going to have issues along the way, and I can't just have a bloody tantrum. And then try and position myself on some holier-than-thou critical pedestal. Just because I have criticisms of the game doesn't mean I should just bash it into the ground and just have a miserable experience. Anyway. A little bit of an introspective rant there. So... we come through here? We did too. Old mate was looking for peanut butter. Oh, okay. That's kind of cool that the lighting gets in the way. Let's see if we can... Okay. So I'm in this corridor here. Okay, I see. Hoskins' office. See, why does the canteen have a red door? Did we not just... Oh no, we're... Right! Okay, so that little pip's telling me that I'm in this hallway. It's not telling me explicitly where I am in the hallway. I'm down here at the supply room. Okay. And that's the atrium. Oh, right, so that's going to loop back around to the atrium. And then I'm assuming the medical bay must be downstairs. There you go, atrium med bay down there. Cool. Anyway. So look, I apologise, you know, I'm obviously still trying to figure out my way, even after all these years. I'm trying to find my path and how I do this. So, sometimes it's not that I lose the thread, it's that I grab the thread too hard and pull with all my teeth. Alright, if you're still with me, I will try and temper my Not expectations. Level 5. This will be the last room that we open. More just temper my criticism a little bit. I'm not interested in being a reviewer, right? Which means I don't have to go so hard in the paint with my criticism. We did go in there. We went and looked at the Dead Solar poster. So, was the stairwell here? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, okay, cool. But as far as like the environmental design, the ambient sound, or your lighting, or your graphical assets, that's all really well put together, and it matches with the walk speed well. You know, poor banter aside, I feel like I think it's a short game already, and they're kind of, it feels like they're padding a bit. Do you know? Like, where is the threat? Where is the... You know, we've almost been playing this for the runtime of an actual movie, and yet...
Level 5, access required.
Nothing's happened.
Lockdown in effect.
Oh, we've got another basement floor?
Level 3, access required.
Maybe we don't. Hang on, let's have a look around here. Okay, some sort of emergency hatch. But yeah, that falls back to my engineering mind and just past life and career, and I really enjoy environmental design, especially around space stations and that, structures.
That's odd.
What is?
The door, it's been sabotaged.
Okay, now this is interesting.
Something snapped the manual lever off.
Something?
Come
Stop
on.
it, you know what I mean.
Come on. Again, I will just harp this one point. Same thing with the nosebleed last episode. This writing has, it's gone from the banter's a bit too much to actual bad writing, like a lack of awareness of the writer's room. That's not how you react to human sabotage with quips. You don't do
Why
that.
would someone remove the power supply?
From the door?
Yeah. I have another i5 I can try.
That's fortunate that I found that.
Denied.
These i5s, why did we stop using them?
The i5s? They just became too unstable. Any
Oh,
surge
really? You're
is
going to
dangerous.
reset me? Or are you going to send me back one at a time?
Why?
No reason.
Do not try to surge that door open.
I wouldn't dream of it.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily going to say that the voice actors are doing a bad job, but also I don't know how much they're involved in the creative process, right? They could be really overbearing. Like, I know that Troy Baker was featured, but there's oh, here we go. I'll just finish my thought. But he is a bit of a he's become a celebrity in the space. And I don't know the man from a bar of soap, but we'll just use him as an example, or the idea of him, right? A fairly high-profile voice actor. Do they roll in and look at the script and go, okay, well, I've got some ideas for the character and I'm going to ad-lib this, and then maybe the junior developers that hired him go, yeah, and they put it in. And then maybe what you end up with this writing and this just too much banter is something similar to the SNL problems that you get, you know, your Will Ferrell types, where you have these movies which it's all just ad-lib, and 90% of it's usually pretty poor, but they put it in because they think it's funny. Like, there's this disconnect. The talent gets a little bit too much of a say as to what ends in the final product. So I don't know, because I don't know that world, but I'd be curious. So like, I'm not going to say that the voice actors, just to finish my thought, I'm not going to say the voice actors are bad or doing a bad job. They seem to be doing an involved and interesting job. But I do wonder how much of this are they just reading the script verbatim and this is all on the writer overdoing it? Or have they pressured the writer because of the more modern idea of celebrity status of voice actors in video games, which we discussed last episode? Just some food for thought. You know?
I think there may have been
But someone involved in that process fucked up.
Well, what makes you think that?
Just a feeling I have.
A feeling? Is Officer Taylor there?
I'll check.
What do you mean, a feeling you have? Why wouldn't you tell her that there's a pool of blood on the ground? Again, but then my inclination is when things like that, very important human behaviours are missing, that's not overreach of a voice actor's ad-lib. That's a structural issue with the story. What we got here? Might be getting interesting now. Reading people's medical records, are we? Examination report, Dawson Roberts. What's that? Make you just over 40. Dizziness, loss of balance, low blood pressure. Oh, it could be anything. Needs to stay within radiation safety limits. Potential radiation poisoning. Really? Out of that? Okay. Administration of potassium iodide. Check up in 2 weeks. Salim Aitor. Yeah? Irritable right eye and dizziness. Potentially caused by radiation exposure. Ruling out vestibular disorder with CT scan. Right, so there's a reason why we're thinking it's radiation exposure, but it's not in the medical chart. And that's okay. That's part of the mystery. I mean, it's not okay. It's very, very much not okay. Please take additional care to support your team through this turbulent weather period. I think we've read this already. If any medical staff require support, don't hesitate to call our fantastic resources. We look forward to welcoming all residents on a Star Walk this evening. Star Walks help remind us of the spectacle that your residency provides. We hope you can join us. Okay, sure. Team Relations Manager. I don't understand how those sort of things, like I work with community managers all day as part of this job. I can't understand how any of these are full paying jobs. You know, I'm going to organise a Star Walk. That's my 40 hours a week done. Many of you are aware of the exposure cases I treated last week. Subject Star Walk. I request you please respect the limited surface access safeguards that are in place. I would appreciate you all leading by example and not participating in tonight's Star Walk if you're experiencing any of the symptoms outlined. From Wyatt Taylor. Wyatt initiated the lockdown. So the medical officers initiated the lockdown and is concerned about background radiation. Here's the big man himself.
Okay, some good news. I think my work here is beginning to pay off. Tout's team is finally beginning to listen to my warnings about exposure.
Good.
He recorded higher rad levels at the site this week, and I've had to treat 2 of his staff for radiation sickness. Dawson is showing signs of hypotension, and Celine complained of dizziness. Current treatment is daily administration of potassium iodide. I'm pretty sure we caught it quick, but out of an abundance of caution, I'll go ahead and schedule a CT scan for Celine, just to rule out vestibular disorder. I just have no idea why these guys insist on working such long hours at the site. They know that it's against regulations. I just don't think that they're fully aware of the risks. But who knows? Maybe the taste of seaweed in their mouth will remind them to put their health first.
Bit smug. It is cool. These little self-contained, fully rendered. It allows you to really take the time and make them look good, because that's not necessarily an engine, It's basically canned FMV, so you can really curate and make it look good. It's like a vertical slice within the game, in a way. It's clever. It's a clever thing to do in this sort of game. More of that, less of the radio banter.
Oh, I chose the wrong profession.
Interesting, suspension of disbelief, but interesting that they jumped to radiation poisoning because of what? The dude's got a headache? It seems like you probably need more testing. Someone said confirmation bias earlier. It sounds like the doctors immediately assumed that because they're doing these long shifts and he has his hackles up about radiation, that he's jumped to the radiation diagnosis, It seems like a stretch to me. Alright, which way did we come from? Surgery? I can't read that from here because my eyeballs suck. Stairwell, right. Subsection C. Seems as good as any. I can't believe that was the reaction to sabotage and the blood pool. It's just so inhuman. And actually, I do have another point. I'd like to think I'm not ranting so much as just raising interesting points. Just then, in fact, those little self-contained videos where the characters are talking to their video logs are very human and very real and very believable as characters. And yet we have all these, you know, I think there might be a problem looking at the blood, or, oh, what's the sabotage? You know, like just the flippant nature. There's a dissonance, do you sort of see what I mean? Where you have sometimes the characters are acting quite human, and then you have other times where they're just acting absolutely preposterously. And I guess that's what really grates me, is the inconsistency. What's going on here? Oh, someone else's USB to steal.
Seem, I'm putting this on the network as a reminder to both you and myself to please fix my video calling. It's great that I can talk to you, but I would like to talk to my family. So, let me know the status, thank you.
Right. What an absolute red flag of a passive-aggressive, horrible human being. Like, they think they're being clever. Like, if someone leaves you a message like that, that person that you left the message for doesn't like you anymore.
Remember when Tom got drunk and ate a soil sample?
I had completely forgotten about that.
Yeah. Has the game of truth or dare ever ended well?
He was in ISO for days. I can't imagine how he lasted 2 weeks in that room.
Me neither.
Don't get me wrong, I like getting drunk and fucking around, but drinking dirt, eating a can of dirt? I don't know. Maybe it's me. No, it's the children. Here we go, more blood. In before, smart-ass reaction as opposed to appropriately sensible one.
What happened here?
Okay. Okay. There's hope. Oh, there's hope. Maybe he's going to take it seriously.
I found Officer Taylor's SIA.
He's not in it.
If he was in it, then I would have found Officer Taylor.
Oh my
Why
God.
would he take it off?
I think maybe he was injured. The blood on this suit matches the waiting room.
Okay, do one final sweep and we just call the search over. It doesn't feel right.
All right.
Agreed.
That's okay. That makes much... Okay, finally, a slightly sensible reaction. Because, like, Scarlett's lessons learned is, like, he's going to make a spreadsheet and he's going to put writers' names and all that in there, and he's going to avoid playing any games that they write for in the future. That's just how I'm going to have to react and triage. I have to learn from these things. Whereas, like, if you worked on the assets in this game or any of the level design, I'd play a game that you made.
I don't need to be told that sometimes things just go bump in the night. And yes, I know that there are storms happening outside, but the storms, they don't make these sounds. I hear deliveries and activity at night. Something is going on here. And I need to find out what. So I will confront Nick about my findings tomorrow.
Right. So he's a busybody medical officer turned whistleblower. Maybe. Okay. Sure. was working my way down this corridor, wasn't I? I think. Jesus, what a mess. Really? That's what we're going to look at. Not the bleeding all over the place. We're not even going to acknowledge the handprints? Really? No, you've paid these actors to do 10,000 voice lines about all sorts of crap, but you're not going to acknowledge the bloody handprints? Oh man, yeah, amateur hour. Whoever created this, whatever his name was, I'll have to rewind it and write it down and just put it on a blacklist. Hi Wyatt, rest assured the backup power maintains full support for all medical facilities on site. Our persisting power issues should not affect your department. Thanks, Adam Hoskins, site manager. Okay, cool. What's this? What was the subject on that? Backup power. All right, what's this? Drill bay hangar. Hi Wyatt, thanks for contacting Adam about access to the engineering sector. As per Officer Richardson's multi-tool access plan mandate, my team is not able to accommodate your request at this time. Fair enough. Happy to talk about it further in the canteen tonight. Thanks to the OPSO. So Wyatt's just sending a million emails because he's turned into a space Karen, is what's going on. Sample plant. Hi Wyatt, my colleague has left you a sample plant as requested on the A level of the greenhouse. Please let me know if it's satisfactory. The senior botanist, Helen. I think that might be the other Sheila that was on the camera. The Better Tomorrow Project. Wyatt, you know I'm not able to comment on the operations of other departments. I understand your concerns, but I can assure you nothing untoward is occurring on this site. Have you tried speaking to Helen about it? I really think that would help. Has Asim fixed your video calling? Let me know. Adam Hoskins, site manager. Right. Chess difficulty. I genuinely didn't know you could change difficulty. Thanks for showing me. Okay, right. Right, so this might be the beginning of an interesting, a good thriller has a core character that everyone thinks is going insane, right? But, I suppose you have to start as a Karen to get the ball rolling. So maybe everyone's in on it except Wyatt, the busybody doctor.
I finally got to speak to Chris and the girls. It was good. Their smiles. Wish I could just bottle that up. I'm really looking forward to getting home back after this stint. I know that these medical logs are designed to aid our mental health, and should anyone actually monitor these things, I want you to know that as a medical officer, I concur. In theory. But in practice, I need to spend time with my family. That's what I really need.
Shouldn't have gone to Mars, you wanker.
And not just watch them. I need to see them. Because that's what I'm doing right now. I'm watching them through a screen. I think these next 5 months are going to be a lot longer than I anticipated. Oh, and remind me to speak to Helen about getting Rachel a space plant, because that's what she wants.
Fair enough. I mean, it's good. The dude's chewing it up. Good for him. He's known for it, right? He is sort of the gold standard of voice acting and mocap and the way they all do it now. But I do find this all a little bit masturbatory, right? It's a delivery vehicle so as they can get in their, Academy Award performance, and they just happen to have to strap it to a walking simulator to get it out there. Do you know what I mean, right? Ordinarily, this sort of media would be relegated to, stage plays on a weekday matinee sort of thing, not normally on Steam's storefront. That might seem particularly cruel, but that's the direction that I've been watching the game industry go in, at least in a mainstream. Now, this isn't mainstream. This is in that indie space for sure. But you know, the over-reliance on voice actors and acting, and again, I don't need to retread it. We covered that. So look, there's no denying this dude's doing well. It'd just be cool if there was more game in this game. That's all.
The situation regarding site exposure is a growing concern.
All right, yeah, down to business. I like this. I don't want to hear about your kids.
Tout numerous times increasing safety regulations. Today wasn't good.
All righto.
One of Nick's staff was admitted after suffering from extreme dehydration of the tea. We had to sedate him. His hands wouldn't stop shaking. And after the patient vomited blood, he was sent to Center Point for further treatment.
Fair enough.
They'll administer standard care for hematemesis. I strongly recommend it based upon the current situation here at DTPA, but unfortunately at that point it's... Either way, the incident has been reported.
Righto.
Something's going on here.
It could just be
I need
overwork.
to find out what it is.
Maybe. Could be totally that'd be an interesting if anticlimactic turn. If it's just, I don't know, the dude had pre-existing health conditions that went unchecked. I mean, that's life. That's working on Mars, whatever. You know, people get sick, people get unwell. Shit, I had a fucking mini stroke the other week. No, we don't talk about that too much. I keep a lot of that stuff to myself. Oh, smellies.
Now I wish I had my helmet on.
You should always have your helmet on.
Haha, well that makes two of us. I wonder where that goes.
Down, I would say.
Oh, are they
God,
burning?
now I'm responding like they respond. What are they burning in there? Can we see? Nah. What's in here? Something interesting? Nah. Wait, if I run out of places to go? Surgery. Isolation room. Furnace. Huh. I want to be in there. That looks interesting. Well, I guess we'll double back. Alright. Don't suppose I can...
Access denied.
Well, I've run out of bloody doors, game. Suggestions. I'd take them. Now the real danger here is I don't want to double back upstairs at this walk speed and have it blow up in my face. Search the medical bay. Alright, well, we're in the right spot, that's for sure. ICU. ICU too. Radiotherapy, surely. Maybe I missed something. The objective says medical bay, that's where we are. I definitely checked these rooms. I think I did. I sat there and talked about eating dirt, 'cause... Right, we looked at that. Looked at the blood, they said do one more sweep and then let's go. does say medical. Now, like, if you do want me to go out of here to trigger something, now would be the time to have a bark from Chatty Cathy and have her to say, all right, let's call the sweep off, you know? We already read all this, didn't we? We watched those. Oh, here we go. I didn't check surveillance here. There we go.
Only one way
Okay.
to find out.
Have
I
you
missed-
found Officer Taylor?
Maybe.
I missed that,
I'm gonna
sorry.
Take a look.
Alright, cool. Well, let's persevere. Exactly, yeah, cool. I'm compelled, I'm curious. Pacing's off. The writer needs a sacking. But everything else is going pretty well. See, the blood. Comment on the blood, you cheeky smart asses. Anyway, team, might just leave it there for the time being, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.